So hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So got this draft beer from Low Cost Beer, aka Smiling Grape company. It's obviously draft, it's nice and solid, and it says on the front cask India Pale Ale. That's quite unusual because I know they were doing keg. I didn't realise they'd started doing cask down at Shipstone, down at Smiling Grape. So it's an IPA, it's 5.5%, made by Shipstones, and they're not in Yorkshire. Yeah. They're literally 2 miles away from me. The second closest brewery to Raggy's Beer Reviews, over at Baseford in the Lucky Star Brewery. Little dinky little brewery attached to a pub. So there's the, oh yeah, there's what it looks like when it comes in can and, well, in mini keg and the glass. So I don't actually own a Shipstones glass. Back in the day my dad would. So let's pop on there. And there you go. As you can see, it's been in the bottle probably 4 days. And look at that. So they squirt a bit of some sort of gas into it. CO2 maybe, something along them lines. And the colour is pretty reminiscent of what you see there in front, what I see in front of me. Shipstone's a microbrewery these days, and the funny thing is, where Black Iris Brewery is based, Black Iris Brewery is based just below in the shadow of what was the Shipstones Brewery, a massive brewery back in the day. It's amazing that some of the breweries, the older breweries that were around years ago, had unbelievable premises and that. And then these days, a lot of breweries now have relatively small premises with mega ability to brew astonishing amounts of beer. And obviously these days, a lot of breweries have automated systems, so a lot of the need for staff is actually took out of the equation. I know this because I think it's Ramsbury Brewery, Bruno's Beer Reviews Brewery. They produce an astonishing amount of beer, and I assume that most of the processes are done again with modern techniques rather than the old-fashioned mash tun that you have to dig out yourself. Not all breweries do that. A hell of a lot of breweries are still using old systems and more manual ways of doing the brewing. But in any case, so it's a lovely golden pour, white head. And I did go down to Shipstones the other week. I forgot, and I went down on my day before the wedding to get a load of beer in mini kegs, and I forgot they'd said about going down and mentioning beforehand, and they would have put me something, one of their new ones in, and I didn't. Went down on the day, the bloke's there, he's just about to lock up. It was in the afternoon by that stage, so I missed out. And so yeah, they didn't make it to my beer festival, which I was quite sad about in some ways. But obviously, if they only keg when they, when you pre-order to keg, then fair play. It is what it is. So there's a citrus on the nose on this one. Certainly a malty, more modern traditional citrus taste coming off this. And wow, I feel knackered today. And it's just the heat, it's really quite warm. And yeah, I can really really feel the heat. It'll be interesting. Hopefully I'll sleep well tonight. Do you not feel the weeks at the moment in life just seem to go by so quick? And yeah, when I'm at work doing a job that I don't like, it goes as hell, slow as hell. Always seemed to have been the case. On days where you dread going to work or dread a particular day for a particular reason, and life slows down to, I don't know, a fraction of the pace, and then other times life is flying by. Or is when life is flying by, is that when you're enjoying life? Maybe. So yeah, my dad, back in the 80s, when we used to live on Woodbury Road in Nottingham, next to St Augustine's Church, there was the homeless place, Highwood House or whatever it was called, on Cranmer Street, and we lived second one round the corner. And my dad used to get the old Red Star. I'm sure Shipstones back in the day did a barley wine, because he used to drink a lot of barley wine, and I'm sure that was Shipstones, whatever the strength was. I mean, I can't see it being 10%, 11%, but he used to knock him out. And yeah, back in the day, I bet I could match him beer for beer these days if I was transported back to that particular moment in time. Sadly, we left there in 1982 when I was just turning 11. Or was I still 10 at the time? I think I was still 10. And sadly, my dad didn't move with us. We moved to North Shelby Street, just below the Arboretum. And my dad didn't move with us. Obviously something had gone off between him and my mum. And as children, we didn't know. And he never came with us. And you know, the sad thing for me is that never had the relationship with my father that the kids have got with us. We're quite easygoing parents, and they'd be out drinking all the time, literally every day of the week. When he was at home, he was on the booze all the time. Going out on the booze, not sitting at home having a drink at home and then going, you know, like me, you come down the shed, you have a beer, 20 minutes later you're back up in the house, you sat with the kids, you're there for them, there for everything. I never got that. And you know, he died, I think sometime in 2006, 2007, something like that. And again, never really had that relationship, never. So although he was there for some part of my life, you know, it's a sad thing, you know, if you've got parents, if you've got children out there, and some blokes can't be with their kids because their ex-partners won't let them, which is really sad. You'll come to regret that in years to come. They will, the partners, because the kids will always have something to say about it in the long run, and it's something that never goes away. That resentment will always be there. But you know, if you've got kids and you're not there for them, then, you know, in some ways it's to get there before regret kicks in is quite strong and powerful in that respect. In any case, back to the beer in question. As you can see, it's looking good. Nice golden pour, whitehead. You can get Shipstones from I'm sure it's called the Fox and Crown in Baseford. You can also get Shipstones at the Malt Shovel over in Beeston. Been to the Malt Shovel recently, not long after Shipstones took it over. Good to see them in there. I hope the pub's still doing well. It's been a while. I can't get to every pub because there's only so many pubs you can visit in any way, shape or time. But yeah, it's a cracking pub anyway, nonetheless. for me, a nice, easy drinking cask IPA, more modern, traditional than what you would class as a craft beer IPA, but still, you know, there's a place for all of that. On cask, it's readily available on cask in and around Nottingham, and maybe further afield as well. I've heard of it further afield. I've seen it on Facebook, and a good 4.1 from me out of 5. Thank you for watching. See you soon.